Mucus production is something humans share with all mammals. It coats our reproductive and digestive tracts, as well as any wet surfaces exposed to the outside world like our eyes and nostrils. At one point, scientists considered it to be merely a waste product, but researchers at the University of Utah are finding that this essential biomaterial plays an active role in our immune system.
When I started out in this work, there was almost a black hole in this area of medicine. But 90% of surface cancers in places like lungs, breast, gastric tissue, all have abnormal mucus.
This connection between mucus and cancer caught Kramer's attention and led her towards the work she does now, developing mucus mimics. Specifically, mimics of the sugar-coated proteins called mucins, which comprise the bulk of mucus. Mucin proteins are very distinct between individuals. The sugars on the protein backbone vary widely between every living thing. Even members of the same species can have very different-looking mucins.
Different people will have different compositions of their mucus, and that very strongly affects whether or not you might be susceptible to a viral infection, whether you might be susceptible to an epithelial cancer.
This happens in part because when an immune cell makes contact with a cancer cell, for example, it encounters the sugars first and not the protein backbone. In fact, Kramer and her team found that coronavirus infection could be prevented if the mucin protein backbone was adorned with the correct sugars. But working with mucus in a laboratory setting can be tricky because of its structural variability and because it's not exactly a shelf-stable material. So Kramer and her team combined sugar chemistry with peptide chemistry to engineer synthetic mucins. They then attach these synthetic mucins to live cell surfaces, creating a model that allows them to study things like tumor formation. This research joins a rapidly growing field where scientists have discovered that not only is mucus critical to human health, but it may also hold the key to new ways of approaching disease prevention.
When mucus production goes awry, we see diseases, particularly cancer. And so if you can target those types of cancers, you might target many different types of disease with one single drug.
The research is being presented at ACS Spring 2024, a meeting of the American Chemical Society.